Terror Spaces. Hello and welcome to The Ether. Today is Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. Today on The Ether, about the last hour and a half or so of the RAC FM special, Signal Mints Out. Let's take a listen.
People are going to be part of the Sauce DAO, Rekt Gang? Like, how many people are you trying to have in the Sauce DAO?
There's no limits. Right now, I think there's 8 of us, something like that, right?
There's 7 because one person leave?
Yeah, one person left. He's like, fuck this.
Did you hurt his feelings?
Nobody hurt his feelings. He hurt his own feelings. So that's all I got to say about that. He wasn't happy that everybody was included, actually. And that was kind of our mission, is to include everybody. So yeah, we'll include everyone, and if you want to be part of it, you can be part of it. Really, I'm hoping we can get a Discord channel in the Juno Discord, so we can have like more engagement from everybody. But the first group that's going to be on chain, right? If we're putting it on chain very soon, I guess there'll be 8 or 9 people, or, you know, if Robo DMs me his address, that'll be that. Yeah, but there's no limits, really. Like, you know, we want the community to engage. If they have a clever meme that they want posted, we'll post that on the Twitter. We'll try to blow it up. That's kind of the vision here, is to get more community engagement, more participation from the community, and try to give Juno a good name, or, you know, for what that's worth. So yeah, there's no limits, because there's no money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, should it be like, how about us? Should we like be involved, or like you just leave it alone? You know what I mean? Like, seems like the kind of thing where individual projects would have like a conflict of interest. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So one thing, Robo, we're not going to be shilling NFT projects. We're going to be shilling Juno. I guess we could shill Raccoon Bats.
We'll shill Juno. No. We will shill Juno, but we will do a better job than the comms DAO. Like, dude, I've already sent you me details.
What DAO? What DAO?
That's 30 days.
The comms DAO. Yeah,
I haven't seen them.
Ooh, your man Scorching, your man Highlander. Did anybody else see Highlander just fucking nuked in public? What a fucking pleb.
We went hard after him yesterday. He was like...
Yeah. Did you see his comment? Did you see his post? He said, like, who's the main guy at Raccoons? And, like, Amanda's and a few others are like, oh, you're gender assuming now, are you? You fucking pleb. Like, you got loads of... He only said, like, who's the top guy at Rax, and he got loads of fucking shit. Even the devs are giving them shit. Sorry, boys. Hello, sorry.
It was such a weird message, right? I don't know where.
Can someone pin this? It's hilarious.
I'll do it. I'll put it in the nest now. Hello, soy boy. Soy's up. Hello, soy son.
How you doing, mate?
Mate, we're talking a lot of shit. What have you been listening to? What have you heard? Any conflicting opinions or conflating opinions?
Mate, I've just tuned in now. I heard my name mentioned, so I thought I'd come up and show my voice.
Hey, Soy. Yeah, I want to say that Soy 2 Studio is one of my best friends in Cosmos, not in real life, but in the Cosmos ecosystem, and one of the smartest guys I know in this space.
You're very kind and a total liar as well, although we do go way back. But yeah, me and Signal we were like running Reddit pages and stuff actually for Juno Swap. And so kind of got to know each other quite well there. Always in each of his DMs. So it's nice to see them successfully launching the new mint and stuff like that. It's really cool to see.
You're saying we're not friends?
No, I would say I wasn't intelligent. No, very much friends, but I think you overstate my intelligence.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man.
Sorry, just minted out,
Say that again.
He's just minted out. He's just like his NFT NFT collection signals just minted out. It's fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, Soy and I disagree though, because I'm a loop maxi and he's not.
Yeah, and he absolutely wrecked off the back of that as well, right?
Loop maxi? What is a
Wait,
loop
who's a loop maxi?
Oh my god. The thing is, he's got to mingle. He's got to keep the NFT platforms on side and stuff like that. So you can understand it, but yeah, ultimately, right.
Well, so you thought raccoons were a scam, didn't you? Your man's had to step down off his fucking shoebox there, off his pedestal, off his soapbox. So you got that one wrong.
That's true. Yeah, I'll hold my hands up and apologize. I've already apologized multiple times. And yeah, I mean, it's I've got nothing but time for what you guys have done and a lot of respect for what you've achieved. The only actual thing on Juno, which is impressive.
Bro, I just love to hear those words, Soy. I know I've heard it dude several times, but Soy, I love to hear that like that. Something though, that's part of the battle though. Like we keep people are like, what's the problem with these raccoons being so like belligerent and like where's this siege mentality come from?
It's a belligerence, isn't it? And at first I think it's like a little bit sort of hard to take and I was like, what the fuck is going on here with these guys? Must be a rug. And yeah, like you say, I was wrong, and I'll accept that, and glad to be in a better place about it now.
Hey, by the way, I did listen to the Neutron the other day. You were telling me like you were up at like 3 a.m. for the Neutron Spaces. So that was yeah. So exactly, yeah. So sorry. Yesterday and like today, I went back and I like listened to that. Actually, yeah, you guys came off really well. Like I thought. The horse was a player, but you guys.
Soy did. Hold on. Soy did. Not your man Wasabi. What was up with your man Wasabi, bro? Why'd you invite him?
Who, me?
Yeah,
it's their spaces, man. Their spaces.
Yeah, they have like quite a big following. Like they do like a joint space with something called Because Bitcoin, and it's like I mean, just from a strategic point of view for Neutron. There's like a lot of ex-Terra community in there, a lot of Bitcoin guys, Ethereum guys. So it's not just like Cosmos community. So he actually approached us to kind of come and do the space. He's quite into DeFi. He's a bit of an atom bull. And so like he invited us to do the space. And so, yeah, sort of doing our bit for the Cosmos and branching out and trying to bring other communities into the Cosmos. And yeah, if you do go back and listen to that space, I mean, I say about 3 words at the start and at the end. And our general manager, Spade, is just he's like a little bit of a boy genius. He's only a young guy, but man, the kid is sharp, like really sharp. And yeah, like I'm kind of like really hopeful that he's going to build something really cool.
Yeah, the vibe actually from you guys was pretty good. Like I was impressed. Yeah, I mean Wasabi, he's quite good as a standard like host pleb type person. With, like the normal. But your man was good.
And it was actually it was hilarious because like I did that space with him, got on really well. We're in the DMs, and then like the next space I go into, like within 30 seconds, you're in there calling him out and calling him a cunt, and I'm sat there. And like, what the hell is going on here? I've no idea there was any kind of beef with Wasabi. And I was just like cracking up, like, what the hell is going on here? He was really nice to me.
I'm sorry, dude. I've been getting loads of grief from loads of people about this. Listen there, so I guess who's joined the room? We have to welcome people as they come up. Golden Ratio Staking's joined us. Wow.
I know.
The Hua Hua King.
The clap sound effects from Rarma.
No fucking.
Rama's well asleep. Rama's well asleep. Gaines, look, your man, Golden. Come up.
Oh, shit, Golden Radio shit. Yeah, Golden's here.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. What's up, dude?
Man, just another day, another beer, having some coffee, moving in, waiting for a couch to get delivered. Trying to catch up with everything that's going on. I haven't been on Twitter too much recently, which is a surprise because I pretty much live on here. What's going on with this like name services beef? Like I don't know who's upset with who. I just know it's like Osmosis versus Stargaze, and it's very entertaining. But I'm trying to stay out of it. But I kind of want to know the deets. What side should I be on?
On neither side, because you're about to lose the last something that's anonymous about the NFTs, the crypto space. The last part, now everybody's gonna know Golden State how much you have on each wallet.
That's fair.
I think that like to some degree, I don't know. It's like a service that's provided that's not necessarily asked for by any project, but there's an immediate market created because every brand or every individual that like if it's an individual that's like an influencer or I don't know validator or whatever, they have they need to like secure theirs, right? So right. In a way, it's like, I mean, it is like a top-down kind of thing where it's like, okay, claim your title, right? So everyone has to do it, and then like it's an easy way, in my opinion, for these protocols to make a little bit of money at a low part in the market, and there may be utility to it. There's probably good utility, but why is it something like? Why is it the talk of the town this week? I think it's because it's like the only thing going on, and it's like there's like a scarcity thing driving people to like really be concerned about locking down their name.
Yeah, that's fair. Interesting enough.
Osmosis. I'll pick a side if you want people to pick a side. I'm 100% in Stargaze names. Osmosis one copied the idea, which they didn't have to do that. They knew Stargaze was coming up with this. 2, you have to have a Twitter name to connect your Kepler name. So just the doxing that comes from that is astronomical, right? You need a Twitter account. 1, not everyone has a Twitter account. And 2, you have to connect them both. 3, once you connect your Twitter name to your Kepler wallet, you're locked in forever, ever, ever. So that means you cannot remove right now. You can't disconnect that link. So, you're kind of doxed that wallet forever. 4, Stargaze is the digital identity chain. They have NFTs. You look at a person, what's the first thing you remember from them? Their face, right? So, that's why PFPs are so popular. That's why we have these rats and these bulls and all these different PFPs. You associate with them. That's your digital identity. What's the second thing you remember from a person? Their name. And again, NFT names, that they're built on an NFT chain. So it kind of all makes sense that this is built out on an NFT chain like Stargaze because it's the digital identity chain. Finally, who buys these type of names? It's all NFT degen speculators, right? Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the ENS scene on Ethereum, but like they buy shitty 3-digit names that make absolutely no sense, but they're just rare. So they buy them up. So, I think it's a product for NFT degens mostly. Nobody needs to, as a service, I don't think it provides that much value knowing that Robo.Juno is really Robo.Juno. He can just DM me his address. It's not like a huge deal, right? It's not like a huge value. But speculating on these names can be really fun. And the people that like to do that are NFT degens. And again, from an identity point of view, NFTs, and finally, it's just been copied. So, and you got to associate with Twitter. Those are my points. And yes, I'm an NFT degen, so I'll back up Stargaze.
If somebody else want to say, I had something else to say, but if someone else wants to go.
Yeah, well, very quickly, can I say the title of the spaces has changed. So if everybody would like, if you like us and you support us, please just share out this spaces, like, just for the title. So we see if we just, like, because all we're doing lately is, like, clickbaiting people with, like, titles for laughing. People are enjoying the fun as much as we're, like, enjoying the fun. So, yeah. RAC FM, Rekt Gang says, ICNS was dead before it began. Rekt News, do your thing.
That's accurate.
So I have a question. Do you guys think, like, okay, you know how there are a lot of wallet services that get, like, hacked and stuff like that? Is that, like, a problem? Like, could that be a problem for these ICNS names? Like, if you link your, your wallet with it and stuff, and they hack the name service, they can get in your wallet and drain it, right? Is that a possibility?
No. It just links it. The only thing that could happen is somebody could maybe do like Bbandz with a double Z, right? And then you tell, send me money to Bbandz with, 1Z or something like that. And then they just kind of mimic you. But outside of that, it's pretty safe. But you never give your seed or anything like that. It just kind of transforms like your address into a name. Yeah.
Okay. All right, just checking, just because I get freaked out by that stuff. Did you guys did you hear about the DAOs becoming?
Wait, Bbandz. No, wait, Gains, breaking news. Gains, breaking news. Your woman Bbandz got breaking news. Hey, Gains. Come on, bro. Don't let me down.
No, I mean, there's two. So I'm sure you guys already know, but the DAOs, it says on the block, it says DAOs recognized as limited liability companies by the Marshall Islands. So right now they created this Me DAO, and that you can register your DAO as they'll help you register, responsible for onboarding crypto and blockchain communities that wish to register as LLCs in their island nation. I think that's really cool. Anyways, it says real quick, and then it says, with this adoption of the DAO Act of 2022, the Marshall Islands commits its courts and its resources to the burgeoning world of decentralization and recognizes the unique place that decentralized autonomous organizations can hold, not just in the blockchain space, but in the broader economy as well, says Waze. That's pretty cool.
It's already been done in Wyoming. So
I know that, but I think it's cool that, other islands, other people are doing initiative and doing the same thing. I mean, isn't Wyoming getting sued though? I thought there was like a case against Wyoming. So,
you know what the Marshall Islands are famous for, right? The nuclear tests of the 1950s, right? Signal's got his hand up. Signal.
I just wanted to speak to the name system, but we moved on a little bit, so I don't know.
Yeah,
go for it. It's okay.
Rewind.
Let's get back to the name.
No, rewind just for a second, because I wanted to say something about it before. Like, all this is rent seeking, if you're familiar, right? So if you have a certain like land that economic activity is taking place on, right, in a traditional economic situation, you find new ways to regulate it, right, to add new like forms of revenue for you as the holder. So I think that in many ways, the name systems are just rent seeking from the platforms that they're run on. And I say this, but obviously we booked like Signal, we booked, SGNL, yada, yada, because we're established name, not that we're the biggest name, but like we're an established name. So of course we need to like try to protect our brand. But it doesn't actually add any additional value for ourselves or our community, other than the fact that it is now like 100% secured. But obviously people who interacted with us could very easily just know us by, the last four digits of our address, right? So this is just rent seeking.
Yeah.
necessarily, there's no real purpose, right? And so now they're just kind of competing rent seeking. And I think it's a little bit more explicit when it comes to Kepler. Like that's like, it's a little grosser. Just when you see like the fucking whatever ad to buy it there, but yeah. So I think that's all it is. It's just like if you know anything about economics, it's just rent seeking. That's it.
Yeah, you can just get, somebody gets Signal. You can get Signal NFT. You can get Signal NFT, official. There's a million ways of playing around this. It's all like garbage speculation. And I agree that the ads are disgusting. So again, go ahead, Soy.
I was going to say, like, I think the worst thing about it is sort of the intention of it from the Kepler side of things. There's like, we're in the cosmos. It's supposed to be all about app chains and sovereignty and all this kind of stuff. And they want to apply basically a generic name across the cosmos and control that, which one acts as a barrier to entry for new wallets. The one thing that we want more of in Cosmos really is good functional wallets that push the likes of Kepler to improve what they do, add better, usage and facilities, utility for users, and also sort of compete with them on price. So like we had the whole thing with Kuji refused to pay $300,000 a year for, full integration with Kepler. And ultimately, if Kepler is the only go-to solution in Cosmos, then they can name their own price. And this whole names thing, trying to get in ahead of everybody with names, is part of that. It's all about raising barriers to entry for other wallets, and that's why I'm like fundamentally opposed to the Osmosis version.
And I'm just going to add, before Rekt Gang comes in, I'm just going to add to the Kepler like FUD, guys. I've moaned about Kepler so many times, yeah. Cosmos Station IBC wallet took less than 5 days from the start of the PR request, the pull request, right, to implementation of Raccoon.bet on not just Juno, but also on Huahua. Like literally, like one team of wallet devs seem to be like amazing, and the other, I don't even know what they're doing with their time. Rekt Gang, yeah?
Yeah, I was gonna, Soy raised a good point here. Kujira refused to pay that money, and now they built out their own wallet called Sonar. So I'm excited for that. I want more competition, and whenever we have like a different option, I'm gonna be adopting that, right? Like, I guess we're all locked in with our, we're kind of used to it, but if they offer something nicer, this is kind of like a really good reason. You see the shit they pull, putting ads on your wallet, like in Web3. I feel that's
not cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not cool. Kepler's gonna end up being the Netscape if they keep playing around. Gonna end up being Netscape, and then the Google's gonna come. It's gonna be a better wallet.
Do you know Robo shamed Kepler? Robo shamed Kepler live. Robo shamed like Kepler live, like literally way back in the day. I kicked off about the Juno integration, the prop that was put forward. I think we paid the like 350 grand. Rekt Gang, is it 350k or 300k, right? USD, yeah. The Kepler mobile integration. I went fucking mad. I lost my shit, Rekt Gang, over that, I went mad. I'm like, Juno, how long did Juno swap take to arrive? Like, way after Osmosis. I'm like, are you taking the piss? Like, literally, I am not a Kepler fan at all from day one.
So you mean window, Robo? What are you talking about? What's Juno swap?
No, the dApps. The dApps on, oh, dude, what's Juno swap? I'm getting rogue there. Like, I was listening, I'm like, yeah, you cunt. He's been up too many hours. Put him to bed. Someone put this man to bed, will you? Gonna rogue me for hours. It's true, though. Like Juno swap, like, from the Kepler integration, took about 6 months to appear as a dApp, right? IBC could put Raccoon.bet on their dApps page in 5 days. Less than 5 days from start to finish, the full execution. Come on. It's all about the money.
Are we still talking about ICNS names? Because there is more news.
Come on, get it all out, because golden ratios here. Oh.
Did you guys see what I pinned up top about Wells Fargo? How they 4x'd the amount of how they ripped off the people, their customers in comparison to FTX. Holy shit!
Yes,
I know they just got a little slap on the wrist for how much they've taken.
Yeah, but today is nothing new. Have you looked back at the last 10 years? So what's happened again is repeated over the last 10 years, and it's all 3 billion, 2.78 billion, the fines, yeah? The Wells Fargo fines, right?
Yeah, this was 3.7. No, I'm sorry. Is it 3.7 million? A billion, sorry, is their fine?
Yeah, a billion. Can we find the article that goes back over the last 10 years today that was released? And it's if you think this is anything for Wells Fargo today, go back and look at the last 10 years. And it's it's around the 3 billion mark for the last 10 years. It's just under 2.6, 2.78, and then it's 3.7, 3.5. This has been going on for years and years and years. It's probably historical, this data.
Oh yeah, but I definitely just wanted to throw in some news because the INS names, I was like, it's not going to change anything. It's just going to fucking stay the same. They've already made their decision on how they're going to do it, right?
Well, I mean, let's be honest, right? And I'm not going to lie here. If we're being open and honest, this is just another example of Sonny trying to flex his osmosis mafia. And by that, that's all the usual suspects all the time, isn't it? Fucking Jim Yang and your man Josh Lee or whomever. I mean, this osmosis mafia, they think they run IBC. I'm getting fucking sick of this shit, mate. Especially with Sonny.
Maybe it's not an ad. Maybe it's more just an announcement. So they're just putting announcements up on the Kepler. Just FYI, this is what's happening. Get your ICNS name.
Were you there? Were you there earlier, Rekt Gang? You weren't there, were you? When Cosmos Joe's interviewing Sonny next week, I think it is, after New Year. And Joe's like, what questions are we going to ask? And there was a few questions, but I was just ask Sonny how much he's lost, the biggest amount he's lost in one single poker game. That's the question. Joe's like, I'll ask that question at the end, don't worry. I'm telling you. People think people don't know things.
I want to know what shoes and socks you like to wear. What color socks and what type of shoes. That's how I judge motherfucker.
Tank wants footwear, doesn't he?
Yep.
Tank wants
I concern myself whether or not the sneakers are clean. I want to make sure your sneakers are clean before we, do business or we talk.
The shoes you strap on says a lot about people, man. It says a shit ton. Just like
right now, I'm wearing
Forrest Gump.
I've got Air Force Ones on, guys. I'm wearing Nike Air Force bad boys, me. The Gore-Tex, the Gore-Tex fucking ones. I'm wearing bad shit right now, me. Don't know about you lot. I've got no pleb shit on my feet.
Tank you wear them? Right?
Tank wears those Japanese slippers, man. You should hear Tank running around the house in the Japanese slippers. He fell over the other week.
Chanclas, slap.
Slap.
He fell over the other week. He fell down the stairs or something, didn't he, in the fuckers?
Where the fuck are my slippers, man? I need fucking... Hey, while I have a chance, because I don't have too much longer, I got to get ready for the show. Speaking of being productive and Juno and doing this and that and getting ahead of things and having options, I've been really working on tightening up the Spirit of Juno draft proposal that I put out there. I'm still looking for suggestions, and I'm also looking for critiques and people to help. Not to say collab, but just kind of give me their inputs. If anybody's interested in actually making a difference and stepping up to the plate and kind of riding this through, I would appreciate.
Did you hear him say not a collab though? He's like, you can give me your ideas, but this is not a collab.
No, I'm saying that because I don't want people to I would love people to collab. Step up, be brave, come up, collab. Put your name, put your product. Wait, hold on. Put your name, put your product, put your fucking brand out there. But I know right now we have Rekt Gang, Signal. Some people don't want to do that shit, right? Golden Ratio, he's a validator. I get it.
I'm gonna help you.
I don't think it's appropriate for us. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say it's a collab. Yeah, I want to have people come up and give criticisms or whatever. Yeah,
Tank.
That's why I'm saying it.
Tank, what I would do. This is no shit. Listen, if you're serious about pushing this forward, listen to what I'm about to say. Right, I would do one thing first. Right, you want an honest approach to the the element of governance, right? Listen, I would try to arrange, and we can arrange this, a Discord call with Rarma, Soy, 360, and I would actually probably bring Litbit in. Is it Litbit from Notional? Yeah, who Soy met yesterday. I would probably bring like 3 or 4 like governance like experts who are external to that inner circle, and I would sit down with them and I would thrash out a conversation. And at the end of the conversation, you should come away with something that can be put on chain. And I'm telling you, if because I believe in these people. If you had a meeting with those people, let us say, like Rarma, 360, Soy, and Litbit, probably, on a Discord call, just you guys, and you really thrash this out, I think the Raccoons and probably the Rekt Gang would probably like throw a bit of weight behind this. When the right props come along, and no Raccoons, the entire community, we will back what we believe is like right, and we want to do it.
I've spoken to Mr. Our DAO Maximus. I've sent him over. He's reviewed it. He got back to me, and I've taken his. He really didn't have all too much other than like stress that we're not selling any of the community funds and all this other stuff. But he's giving back really good constructive feedback, and I'm looking for kind of like because I'm not the technical side of stuff. Like that's not me. Like I know proper business like money management, business practices, and stuff like that. Like that's my jam. I'm not like this whole like governance like this. Super foreign to me. So I'm looking for somebody that knows or somebodies that know they're active with governance in the community that are well known. I'm also looking for people who have experience like Rama. I've spoken to Rama many times personally, and got his feedback on it. And he's said it many times. He's on board with it. But I'm looking for people that know how to do sub DAOs, know how to do, what am I trying to think of? Why am I? It's escaping me. Not sub DAOs, and then you have.
You need people who you need people who know the tone.
Hold on, I don't want to get stuck on this fucking thing because it's gonna give me a damn stroke if I don't think about it. What am I trying to think about with wallets? And there's multiple people on it, guys. What's the word?
Multi-sig.
Multi-sig. Thank you. Thank God.
Thank
God.
Yeah,
having a damn stroke there. But yeah, I'm trying to look for those kind of people to give me feedback and.
Yeah, like if you want people that are like homegrown, know the tone, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
real like deep community members. I would suggest like the whole top of Loop.
That's gonna be different.
Like sometimes, I mean, I just want to know before I'm laughing. Is he serious?
No, he's taking the piss. But like, how does a governance proposal proceed? Well, Loop would know how to get things through governance better than anybody. Why?
Yeah, they get that proposal passed. You know who to see.
Right. Why I mentioned those particular people is because they are giga experience in governance. Listen, and governance is all about positioning, and it really is all about like the word choice and like governance is about as much about pragmatics as it is about like semantics and syntax, right? Like governance needs to be looked at like a completely different way to many other things. I've learned this because I've done edits on governance and proposals, proper ones that have been on chain as well. And people have went like, oh no, Robo, like this doesn't work because of this. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize that. I was just doing like a linguistic like type thing. You need people who are balls deep, Tank, and you need people who are not in the upper echelons of circles, like where they are far more based. And I don't think you'll get, seriously, in my opinion, across, yeah, there's people over on Rekt Gang who really know governance well. I'm not over on like the Rekt Gang eco, so I can't speak for any of those guys, right? Except for Berserker and maybe like Vee. I do know that Soy, 360, Rarma, and Litbit, who I only met the other day, mind, are really good at this. So Litbit is the guy that does the governance for Notional. He's in charge of like everything to do with governance for Notional. They are the people you need to be reaching out to, Tank, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. And to be very frank and blunt with you guys, I'll just be super open. One, again, I don't want anybody to mistake this. I don't even fucking want to be the one doing this. I don't even want to be the one on the fucking sub-DAO, to be honest with you. I don't give two shits. This isn't for a positioning thing for me. This don't make me no fucking money. This gives me more headaches than anything, but I want what's best for the Juno network. And so like, I want to make that absolutely clear, get that shit out of people's minds, period. But like, to be frank, to be very honest with you, I've been trying to like think of ways to strategically push this on in front of people's faces. And because it is, you're saying it right. It's a lot of getting other validators, other teams, other communities behind you to push the narrative forward, but it has to be an organic community like effort or else it's meaningless, right? And so I'm having a hard time finding ways, because like when I presented it the first time, the immediate pushback I got was, it didn't go through proper channels. Why don't you just hold the hands of the original sub-DAOs that are on right now? You know, it's like the inner circle, the higher upper echelons, like you were saying. I wanted to even put this on the Telegram group for Juno. I'm scared to do that because all it's going to do is get fucking demolished. I'm scared to put it on Discord over there, but that's what they recommend, but it's going to get demolished. Like all the wrong people that are going to look at it are not the people I want to look at it.
Can I add something contextually as well to this, Tank? From the original Commonwealth proposal, right, dude? We've also now had the, is it Stake for Good or Chauncey's like signal proposal he's put up? So like, I think also, I'm just bringing in like something that like, since you did the Spirit of Juno, the Angel protocols went up as well. So obviously that has to be taken into account.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's been things have been moved around, and it's not the same proposal. Even the ask amount is lowered now from 200,000 to 100,000. Like the details, like again, I've reached out to Rarma, I've reached out to Jake, and got some really good, even Timmy and a few others. You know, and like not to, of course, there was many of you, Gaines and Amanda. There's a lot of people that did give me back a lot of great feedback, and so we ironed it out now. You know that the intent has been known of what we want to do, and that's all the first initial effort was just like, hey, look, we're actually sick. We want to do some shit, and you do it from a grassroots kind of like movement perspective. And now we're just trying to iron it out to make it make sense, and we are taking things into account as they develop and as they go forward. So yeah, for sure.
Right, and can I bring in Soy at this point, and then Rekt Gang straight after? Soy first, Rekt Gang after. Is there, you know, some like long-term positive prospects to like lock in some of this fucking spare Juno that's floating around? Like, should we be looking at avenues like Spirit of Juno, like the Angel Protocol, where some of this like Juno that could be dumped, you know, if it was used for funding, where it can be locked up with some like longevity, Soy? Are there advantages, bro? He might be busy. Rekt Gang, you might want to take that. Do you think like we should be trying to get Juno locked up through these sub-DAOs? Yes or no?
I'm not sure about that. Tank, if I can provide feedback right now, I guess if you're fine with that. I do remember the proposal. Yeah, and
I'm just leaving because I have to go. It's no disrespect. Bye, guys.
Bye, man. I always leave without saying bye, by the way. Like, it's Twitter Spaces. We don't raise our hands. Okay, yeah.
Go for it, Dov. Go for it, man.
I remember the proposal, now going through it, you know, and speaking with Jake and Max and Reese on how to put it on chain. Honestly, it's quite complicated to put this on chain, so you will need some help for the sub-DAO, but they're very willing to help you out on the technical aspect. So that's one thing, just on how to kind of put it on chain and deliver it. For the text, for me, I guess I think it's really important to have deliverables. You know, like I see the objectives, but they need to be defined clearly.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Like I said, it's been ironed out. It's been getting detailed out.
There needs to be a timeline, right? I'm going to do this many videos with you know, in this many months, and the metrics of success will be this many views, right? So that needs to be ultra clear so people kind of understand where the money is going, because the community is going to be asking a lot of questions when money is involved. Last thing, I don't know if you were on the Spaces yesterday with Jake, but it seems like, yes, there is money for this type of initiative, And yes, they're okay with having, different competing sub-DAOs, even competing versus the com sub-DAO. The problem is you're starting from the bottom. They've already been voted in, right? So what you
we're fighting their past mistakes and kind of having to pay for stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
Imagine something like Loop 2.0 comes up, like that's getting denied instantly, right? Because Loop 1.0 happened. So people learn from this. So anyways, where I'm going with this is if you want this to be passed, instead of posting it on Discord or Telegram, you put it up as a signaling prop and then you do it, right? Like you do it with no funding for a little bit and then you show them the work. You're like, here, this is proof. We made this happen. And you're already doing it, right? It's not like you're not doing it. So you're already doing it. Just put in like specific examples of what Spirit of Judo has accomplished within the past weeks and put those metrics, put those numbers. People love numbers. And once you put that in, you're like, well, this is our ask now. We've been doing it for free. We can deliver. Now pay us, because if you want us to continue doing it, it needs to be sustainable. So I guess my way of saying is if you want more feedback, you actually have to do it first.
The way to do it, though, is what? Me do it with my own money? How do I prove that shit?
I know.
How do I do that?
Yeah.
And how is that also
you're
like
already doing it, Tank? You're already like having Twitch, streams every. You have several a week, right? You're already doing giveaways for Juno giveaways. You're already like writing stuff up, and so basically just kind of take that, package it, and say, I'm doing it, and I'm still doing it. So
that's a good idea. I actually really like that. I got to figure out how to present that. I really do like that. That's really good.
Yeah, it's not like it's additional effort. You're already spending like 8 hours a day on Twitter Spaces. Put that up there. I spend 8-hour days shilling Juno or talking about Juno, thinking of new ways of solving problems. That is like 8 hours a day. You put that at like $20.
Dude,
I don't know, whatever.
I'm already gonna do that. Right? You got me such a great suggestion. I was already doing that just in case Prop 89 passed.
Yeah,
already have
exactly. You make videos. I mean, come on. It's not something that's you're not asking to do something different. You're asking to kind of pursue what you're doing, but yeah. That's kind of my whole thing here is just repackage it in a way that shows that you're already doing it and put in some metrics there. Quantifiable is very important for them if you're asking for funds.
Yeah, for sure.
That's about it. That's all.
I appreciate it.
How is Prop 89 doing, by the way? I heard Rekt Gang mention like Prop 89. How is it doing? Because Cosmos governance, like what, 2 weeks or something? Like it's an eternity. How is it doing? What are we looking like, guys? Update?
I haven't even looked. To be honest.
It's failing big time. I think it's like 90% no or something like that.
Oh,
damn.
No way, sorry. Is it? Fucking hell. That's a big rejection, not like...
I'll bring it up now because Fireborg tweeted about it yesterday saying it was like the right decision or something. It's not popular.
That was such bad shit, bro.
Fucking Cyborg won't even post his boss's wallet address when he does these hit pieces, will he? Fucking Cyborg. I tell you, he's a company man, isn't he? Didn't take that cunt fucking long. Never mind. That's another conversation for another day. There are plebs and then there are plebs.
Berserker, did they ever get back to you? Because I remember it was you had kind of a problem to get on chain with the sub-DAO.
Oh yeah. I'm in. I have Jake and Max in DMs. They're working on it. They've been very nice. I think Jake has been on vacation, took a few days off, so I gave him shit, but he didn't deserve it. He was taking a little bit of time off, but now he's helpful, so it's all good.
Good. Prop 89 is 60% no, 39% yes, and it's hit quorum already. So, it's looking like a no.
Right, okay. Sorry, if you're in front of your PC or laptop, can you give us any update on validator votes, dude? Can you give us any updates on how Omniflix voted?
For Prop 89?
Yeah.
Let's have a look here. There's 21 validated votes for yes. Game,
Right, who are
P2P, Citadel, Calpatech, Posthuman, Smart Stake, Citizen Cosmos, Putmos. I don't think OmniFlix have voted yes. Let's have a look. No, OmniFlix didn't vote yes. They've probably abstained or something, have they?
Cosmic Validator, are they able to vote or not? Did they sponsor the prop? Are they able? I don't know.
They should be able to vote. Let's have a look how they have voted.
Well, they voted yes, obviously. 21 validators voted yes, so that's quite interesting. That's very interesting.
21 yes, 46 no, no vetoes, 35 abstained.
But you mentioned Posthuman. That's quite interesting because last week, or earlier this week, they were really against the Osmosis Support Labs prop, was it? Like, I remember, like, they were, like, adamant, like, they're actually Posthuman earlier, like, they don't post much, so you'll be able to see it if you go back. They were like, it's a no on this prop, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I actually know Posthuman quite well. They were helping us sort of manage our testnet. And yeah, we also kind of go way back to the early days of the Osmosis support team and being very critical about that. But no, they've voted yes on this. I don't know. It's probably a pretty good chance that they're in this sort of like validator syndicate of content producers. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Robo,
sorry, did Friends vote yes? Did Friends vote yes? Did Friends? I bet they fucking did they?
You know they did.
I don't know, man. You're asking a lot here. Let's have a look. Friends. Can't see Friends.
On their end, don't they validate on Adam? I'm sure like that. I'm sure they validate.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. They're quite high up on Atom. I'm just trying to see what they've voted.
They're really high up everywhere. There's questions about. I mean, I only found out the other day how many white label like friends are running like for other people. Like, wow, when I was privy to that conversation the other day, I was fucking shocked, man. Like, I didn't realize how many white labels friends can spin up. Like, wow. Apparently, they're an organisation.
Friends voted no. On 89.
Interesting. Hey, speaking of them, if you guys don't mind me kind of pivoting, but staying on validators, something that's been really, really bugging the fuck out of me for like the past months now. I don't even know how, but months is all of the validators that I know it's kind of touch and go, but all the validators that have been running on Sift Chain. What's up with that, man? Why are you guys not fucking being very vocal about fucking, and that's not all people here. Why are you guys not being vocal about fucking what's happening over there with Sift Chain and Jazzy and everybody?
Because you've missed it. Because I'm not gonna lie, and I did talk about this earlier.
I didn't miss it. I was one of the first ones fucking knocking down that door.
No, but Blockpain, Todd has been in there for the culture unrecorded spaces. Dude,
I was on that space with him when he was saying, yeah, you could fucking, you could do damage on your delegators and stuff like that, but you're kind of indirectly still doing it.
Now, dude, he's been in nearly every day. Like he's proper, like he's pulling his hair out beyond absolute belief. Like Sift Chain.
Okay, so
he might be able to shed. So he might be able to shed some more light. Well, you know, Todd's trying to recover like his like investment that he's basically like lost. I mean, he's down.
Bro, I have a fuck ton of like, as you say, records of people that have been reaching out to me that's been on the team, been on the Discord, that are in that validator syndicate kind of group thing or whatever. I have tons of fucking records of people saying what they're saying and how this shit has been affecting them and how the Sift Chain top fucking whatever you want to call them, have been fucking them over even after the fact. But here's the thing that's really been pissing me off. All the validators running it is all quality is kept on social media. Bro, you guys are indirectly fucking harming people by staying there. Like, hats off to Notional for taking a stance and saying, fuck that, I'm out of this bitch, regardless.
Well,
I mean, I think in fairness, like, I would agree with Todd. I mean, to be honest, we've got Golden Ratio up here as a validator who probably give the best take on this of anyone. But I would definitely agree with what Todd has apparently been saying, that you can't just sort of up sticks and leave your delegators in the lurch on SIF chain. There's got to be a process.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying where's the outcry? Where's the public informative proactive outcry? What's happening?
He can't put it anymore.
The thing about SIF chain is it's been going on for that long that there has been like periodic little outbursts of people talking about SIF chain, gradually, like validators gradually leaving SIF chain. It's just not been like a mass exodus all at once when everyone just like stands up and takes a stand and announces or denounces SIF chain. It's been more of a sort of a gradual bleed for SIF chain, and that's been half the problem, hasn't it? It's just been like the slowest rug in the history of Cosmos. And
that's what I'm saying. Like it's frustrating to watch.
Can we bring Ghazni in? Because he's always, when he puts his hand up, he's like bang on the money. Ghazni?
Yeah, so the current status on SIF chain is that the validators who are currently running on SIF chain, they are running at a loss. So one option is to just shut the node, because we have already seen how they have the backend and centralization with the team. But you see, when the community validators will shut down, it will centralize the power more towards the team. And actually, the infrastructure, how SIF chain is designed, is that they have some backend keys wherein they can run the bridged assets from Ethereum. So if let's say Stakesito or other community validators, they keep on shutting down their nodes, this will only make it more possible for the team to rug. So we are actually validating at a loss, most of us who are validating right now, but we don't want to consolidate the power to the team. There have been some comments from the team that they are raising funds and all, but I don't think it's going anywhere. We would like to validate towards the end.
I feel like all you're doing at the same time, like I get all of that. I really did. It's a hard call. I'm not saying like that it's not a hard call. It's a rock. It's definitely a rock in between a hard place for sure. Even probably more than that. But at the same time, you're still letting the abuse happen by being silent, by not being proactive, by not fucking pushing back and being like I know they're not being silent. But they're not being silent. Yeah, but okay, where the fuck do you see it on social media all the place?
I know, but the thing is, the validator game is not the same as like any other fucking game you can quantify. Like I know what you're saying. It's professional
the same
business
game.
I don't
business
think
is business, bro. Business is business. Business is business, bro. Money is money. It's the same. You can paint it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I agree with Robo. It's not cut and dry. It's not black and white.
Like, no, I didn't say it was.
So you talk to any validator about when they set up on a new chain, they're effectively committing for life. Maybe even longer than their own lifetimes in terms of the commitment to validating that chain and the commitment they have to their delegators. And it's not just a simple flick the off switch, when you're talking about leaving a chain.
Well, okay.
So yeah, I completely understand like the clamor for more outcry and that SIF chain should be condemned. I completely agree they should be condemned, but like I would also say that validators have to be slightly more tactful about that in the way that they go about it. So I personally have seen some condemning of SIF chain. Maybe not as much as you want, maybe it's not as much as I'd like to see, but there has to be taken with not with a pinch of salt, but just you have to accept that the responsibilities of a validator in exiting a chain.
The way I look, and I'm not totally disagreeing with you because, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of points to all that stuff, and I'm definitely not saying it's easy by any means if you're a validator. The way I see it is you're condoning, you're basically giving abuse a pass, and the only thing I've heard is, well, if we turn it all off, it just gives them centralization, more power. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? It hasn't done anything so far yet, and you're just letting them keep draining liquidity and taking as much as they can before there's nothing there. And right now, as a delegator, like I know I was free and clear with all my initial profits, but like what I had long term, I sold for fractions because the chain is still up. Like fraction, it basically was nothing anyway. So like,
it's true, and yeah. The other thing I think to take into account is this the first failed Cosmos SDK chain? Has there been another one that's like completely failed? So I think there's got to be an element of like learning experience to it as well, you know?
Yeah, I know. I get what you guys are saying, but it's just kind of like, I don't know. I get frustrated when I hear those kind of things, and which I get it. I hate to be them, but like, you know what? So what? We're just gonna keep waiting and waiting and waiting until it's less and less and less of less and less. Like how? What are we benefiting? Like who are we benefiting by keeping it alive?
I mean, to be honest with you, mate, as well, you know, delegators have to take some responsibility.
Oh, like, for sure.
I got out of SIF chain the second time that they didn't pay out rewards. You know, the writing was on the wall. You know, you could tell by the conduct, by the tokenomics, the printing tokens, all this kind of stuff. And ultimately, like, you can't just blame validators. As a delegator, you got to take responsibility for your own bags.
100% agree with you. 1,000% agree with you.
And
can
so,
we?
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Can we bring one second, Signal? Ghazni, I think he wants to come in, and then we'll go to Signal. Ghazni?
Yeah, right now the validators who are validating the chain and keeping the chain alive, they are actually giving the users an option to exit. If we were to like shut down the chain right now, users can't exit the chain, right? People who have bridged from Ethereum, they can't exit because the control of these assets remain with the multisig, which is controlled by the team. So all the information which has already been leaked, and users and delegators have to understand what they want to do, if they want to exit or not. The validators which are currently validating the chain, they are actually validating at a loss and giving the community a chance to exit and decide for themselves. So I think
because I think you're right on that. Let me ask you this though. Do you think that it would be more fair? I guess my question should have been this: for the validators that are currently validating to give and be more vocal and give their delegators that option, like, hey, we don't morally agree with this, because the only people right now that are more benefiting than anything is the team, right? You know, they're still able to fucking move things. Like we've seen, they were able to actually cash out certain amounts before everybody else. You know, that was a lot of an amount to cash out. Like, don't you think that as a responsibility to your delegators, don't you think that they should be more proactively vocal about, hey, we don't morally agree with this. We don't condone this type of abusive actions within this chain that we're validating. If we come off of it, you know, this is what's going to happen. Or if we stay, this is what possibly could happen. But let us know what your guys' decisions are and actually be more proactive about it. Because right now, everybody's so quiet.
I think proactivity responsibility falls on the delegator. And personally, I have seen, you know, a number of validators get out progressively over the last few months, and they've been denouncing the chain and quite diplomatically saying why they're getting out of there. But ultimately, I mean, if as a delegator, as an investor in SIF chain, if you had done like periodic due diligence on that chain at any point in the last year and a half, you wouldn't be in SIF chain.
Yeah, you should know. And I agree with you on that. Again, I'm not like I 1,000% agree. The ultimate like responsibility is the delegator on anything you invest in, especially if it's proof for stake. That's on you. Like I'm just saying, as a I want to ask validators: do you think that is? I guess that's the more of the question. Do you think that is part of your duties as a validator to be more actively like?
But everything has already been said. Like Notional already published the draft. We already knew about these keys. Like the team had this multisig, and that multisig is used to bridge assets from Ethereum. So everything went through governance. It's not like it was centralized by the team. So I don't think there is too much to denounce. Although like you can say that okay, team is doing bad, but then again we have to balance between like flooding the remaining users or something.
Right, guys, wait a second. Let's just get control of the room again. Signal, Mr. B, did you have a point you wanted to express regarding SIF chain? What's happening at the minute? Yeah.
Not really. I was just going to agree with what Soy said at the time. I didn't have more to add.
What was that agreement? You wanted to agree with Soy that what we should like prioritize what like delegators over validators or what? What was that?
Oh, the notion that delegators need to take some responsibility over their own choices. I think it's like a very much like a cop out to kind of shit on validators constantly, like when you're not engaging in governance yourself. And also like quite strange, like how are you spending your time if you're out there, I don't know, talking, complaining about things and chatting, I don't know, Reddit or Twitter or Discord or whatever, but you're not actually like voting and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think individual delegators need to take more responsibility because that's better for the ecosystem. I'm not saying this because I necessarily feel bad for validators or anything, you know what I mean? Though they do get shit when they don't need it. But it's healthier for the ecosystem if people are more individually responsible.
I totally agree with you, Signal. I couldn't agree with you more. Let's switch over to our king of FUD. Mr. V will always bring in a very based opinion. Hello, V.
Hiya, good morning. I'm getting fed by my daughter right now, so I might not be able to talk a lot. I don't know.
You're fine.
I don't know a lot about SIF chain, so no comments from me. I'll let you guys carry on, talk about them, but nice to hear you guys.
Well,
you're lucky. You're lucky.
Right now, actually, guys, I'm not lying to you. If you look across the IBC, there are some projects we can call into question, right? Like DVPN, like Sentinel, etc. A few others, right? SIF chain and Carver are the cancers of the ecosystem right now. What's going to happen with those two moving forward is going to be like really prevalent, like quite important about how we manage our future things. I don't know how much like people know about Carver. Golden ratio as a validator, I would love for you to come in with any opinion about anything we've talked about so far, dude.
So, quick rewind. I'll agree that. So I don't know that much about SIF chain. I know a little bit. I tried to get into it. I never was a fan of like tokenomics and all of that. I was just never really a fan of SIF chain. But the Rowan stands back in the day, they were very strong. They would love to argue on Twitter. And I was like, I don't want to get jumped, so I'm just going to leave this alone. But I mean, all I've heard is, I guess, some manipulative stuff's going on. And actually, I just recently left 3 chains. And it's weird because at one point I was like, no, never leave a chain. You should never do that. But I was thinking to myself, it's almost like to a point of reputation / business decision. Because I mean, most chains, people or validators aren't making money. Just simply put, it's probably same with SIF chain. But delegators should do their due diligence to a point and make their own business decision and get out of SIF chain if they don't like it. But if they like it, I guess they should still have the opportunity to delegate, but then they could go to someone else. I don't know. It's a tough position. I think we're all trying to figure out how to go through this.
Golden, let me hit you with this one. Okay. If you are personally 50 grand down on a chain, oh, wait a minute, someone's got some echo. 1 second, dude. 1 second. Sorry, dude. Golden, I did mute you. I think, I've got a bit of echo. Sorry. Right, Golden, very quickly. Question. You're 50 grand down on a chain, personally, out your own pocket, 50 grand down, USD, on a chain you're validating. Are you going to walk away, or are you going to try and at least, like, work to recoup some of your losses? What are you going to do, bro?
That's a business decision for each individual person. I personally, I'm not going to, if I'm down 50 grand on a chain, validating's not going to make it come back magically. That chain's probably just shitty and going to die, realistically.
Fair play. I mean, when we spoke to Todd, he's like, and I did invite him up to this like chat as soon as I could. Like he's literally like looking at probably like a 50k loss if he writes off his SIF chain validator. I mean, he wants to. Ghazni, I don't know if you've got any more contributions regarding this, but it's got to be tough. I mean, I think, Tank, Tank, listen, I think we underestimate some of the problems these validators are going through. I think some of us think it's quite an easy situation or an easy experience. Like, I don't think, and I know, like, when things were at the top of the bull market, everything was great. It always changes at the bottom of the bear. Ghazni might be able to correct me or confirm whatever. I just think that, you know, what we think about the validators or how we see like their businesses, I don't think it's like the real world. I don't think it's the real life. I think these guys encounter like things that we can't even computate or like comprehend. Thumbs down. I got a thumbs down from Tank. Let's find out.
I know it's a different technology. I know it's a different model, but it's business. In business, usually it's not that hard. Like usually you can see like, hey, I'm in an unsustainable business practice. I'm in an unsustainable venture of whatever I'm doing. Like, you know, like Golden Ratio said, like he saw it, luckily for him, a ways down, like, you know, and a couple other, like they saw things that were red flags a ways down and just said, nah, you know, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't change. You can put Web3 on anything. You can put crypto, you can put all this other stuff. For-profit business ventures are the same shit every single time. You should be looking for like basic things to be profitable, sustainable, to be manageable, to be able to operate at a lean expense. And you know, that's basically it. If you're not doing that in business, what are you doing?
Oh, Tank, I think you broke up the end. I don't know if it was just me, guys.
I was trying to do stuff. I'm sorry. But yeah,
I
just get passionate about it. Like it's difficult. Yeah. It's difficult because you're doing it in a ecosystem that is weighted heavily, or at least emphasized. Governance is emphasized heavily, and so like you get that, and it's definitely a tricky game. And I'm definitely, you know, I'm not short selling the difficulties for validators and what they face and yada yada yada, like at all. Like I'm sure that's super super hard, but I guess kind of what I was trying to get at is at some point, even as a business, because at some time it's going to cross that little weird line of personally or what you're going to pull from, like, do I morally support what I'm doing here? You know, and you know, what's the benefits if I stay versus if I just pull the plug? So I don't know. That's kind of where my question was. So
yeah, I get that, and you know something, like I'm totally like listening to what you're saying, and I'm like in agreement. Then I'm also remembering the conversations like I've listened to it recently, very very recently, about like say King Nodes, for example, talking about like the business, how they had to like do certain things at the top of the bull market to ensure their survival through the bear market. Soy listened in extensively today to no, going through like a lot of tough questioning from like Don. I mean, Don was off the chain, like literally like, what's your profit, you know. But the basis, the business decisions, you know, talked us through them. Golden Ratio, obviously you're listening to Tank, you're hearing like, you know, the room, the general consensus of the room, etc., etc. How difficult, Golden Ratio, is it to balance your business in temperamental markets with temperamental communities?
So I would like to start with saying I completely agree with Tank. Like he's right about all of it. It's a business, low key, not even low key, high key at the end of the day, and you have to make some business decisions. Like definitely was validating chains or wasn't making any money, and I'm trying to get over the whole emotional side of it because fortunately and unfortunately, the people like delegators, that's basically why validators exist and can be successful at all in the first place. So leaving a chain is almost like an emotional decision. You have to kind of factor that in at the same time where it's like, man, are you sure I can't, you know, do something or come back? So I'm putting in, do I see the chain actually being successful in the future? But also I don't want it to look like a signal that, yo, I really just don't believe in this chain and everybody should like dump it at the same time. So like the ones that I left, I don't know if people want to take that as my own personal thinking of a business decision if I think the chain's going to be successful or not. But I mean, you probably could, just to be completely frank. It is difficult because there were some of them I had conviction in like the idea of what could come of it. But then at the end of the day, if I see that, okay, this isn't going to get built out the way that I thought it was going to get built out, I don't think this is going to work. Hopefully people will just understand at the end of the day. People might not be happy with it, but it just is what it is, really.
Wow, dude, I love your I love your chilled out attitude. Like you're right from the same family I come from. Like just a different brother from another mother. Like literally, your guy's more horizontal than like Finn. It's quite interesting to get validated perspectives. So I think like a lot of us like think that like validators, it's all about just like printing money, and you know there's no work involved. But I know specifically, like deep down, like in real life, that validating can be a fucking ball ache golden ratio, right? It can be really difficult, your job, yeah?
Let's say, yeah, I try to connect with the community. That was always the whole part of it. I don't know. I think there's the OG validators who were there from like the beginning with the Cosmos stations and stuff, the people who provide wallets, who are just going to be top 5 every time. They're going to print money, but they also provide hella infrastructure. So I'm not hating on them at all. I don't know. I just try to be one of the ones that can connect with the community. And then I don't. It's such a weird dynamic because I only want to join chains that I actually believe in. I did change that up when I joined Rebus. Rebus was like the first chain I got peer pressured into joining because everyone was like, "Oh, when are you gonna spin up a validator?" And I was like, "I mean, I really don't know anything about them. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Haven't done any research." And then I didn't still do some research about it. And then there was like the LBP, but then it wasn't an LBP. But then someone corrected me, like, "No, it really is an LBP." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay, cool." And then I was like, "Well, it's an LBP, but like, I don't plan on investing in it. But I mean, do you?" So, but then I don't know, what was his name? Proof Stake or whatever. He went on his whole thing about how validators are gonna get in trouble for, I don't know, validating chains. Like, I didn't tell anybody to buy Rebus. People told me to spin up a validator for Rebus. I didn't personally buy any Rebus, so I don't know.
Are you talking about that pleb? Are you talking about Jim Yang? Are you talking about that pleb Jim Yang that's got like zero fucking credibility in the entire industry? Like, we've never met such a fucking giga pleb, like puppet, like finger puppet more than this man. So if you're talking about who I think you're talking about, yeah, I know.
It's whoever was having like, I don't know, fucking mental breakdown on Twitter. I think there was something wrong at home or something because he was tripping. He was tweeting crazy about Kevin Garrison for no reason, just wilding, making memes. And I was like, "Yo, is everything okay at home?" Like, I hope I check up on him.
Are you high? Did you ask him? Are you high, bro?
No, I blocked him because I was like, I'm not gonna have this shit. I don't want to get in trouble for cyberbullying. I'm from NFL, NBA Twitter, sports Twitter. I love talking shit on Twitter, but I don't need to get kicked off. I need to be a little bit more professional, bring it down, bring it back down to earth. So I'll tell you what, proactively get out of this shit. I'm not doing it.
Tonight, your stock has gone up like 100%. If anyone in this room doesn't think like golden ratios, like stock has gone up 100%, just listening to the man like spitting the fat, like he's like, I'm not about that shit. I'm not about that life, man. He's like us, golden ratio. You're like us, where you're just like, come on, dude, come on.
He was talking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, he is literally just attacking. Yeah, this is a little wild. I was like, y'all really want to like meet up at conferences and shit? You're talking like this? This is nuts.
Yeah, meet up at a conference. It's gonna be like Anchorman where they have that fucking alley fight.
Right. I was like, you said these things in real life, dog.
Yeah.
Robo and RAC FM killed that Kujira shit. Like, in its fucking prime. Like, literally, it was like peak or FUD. And we came along and we're like, we're not going to, raccoons, just like, in our group chat, we're like, we're not going to have this anymore. Nah, we're not going to watch like people like be like derated and abused online like this by these fucking plebs, man. Just like paid to go. Like, who are these people? Who are they? Anyway, I don't want to go on about the osmosis mafia anymore because this has been a recurring theme over like the last 3 night spaces, especially or 4 or 5 nights, especially since the interchain name service versus the stars name service like shit has kicked off. Golden, if you took time off crypto Twitter, you did exceedingly well. Like, dude, if you've been off Twitter for like 2 weeks, you've done the right thing, and my respect. Yeah. The second question I've got for you, dude, the first question I've got for you right now is, you're a G-Rack whale. Is that right, Golden Ratio? I heard that you created a bot and that you own more G-Rack than anyone on Earth. Is that right?
Okay, so just to clear this up, I was like, let me see if I can do this to automate spins. I just want to see how, randomized the whole dice rolling is. And I made like a spreadsheet and stuff. I was bored. I was on Adderall. So I was just, let me make this spreadsheet and see how this is going to play out. And you know what? It turned out very well. I mean, I didn't make money, but that's how, probability and stuff works. You could stop while you're ahead, but you know what? Not going to have to get into casino stuff. There's also advanced strategies, but I'm also not that great of a random gambler, so I don't know these strategies. Anyways, then I found out that I was getting G-Rack for doing this, and I was like, shit, I should probably read the white paper and stuff for real. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to try to collect all of this. And then I just became a G-Rack whale because I was starting to fund that. And then there was a public sale, and I loaded up on that. So I have a lot of G-Rack.
If anyone hasn't been following Golden Ratio Staken's J-Rack journey and the whale that he is and how integrated he is with Huahua and just what a fucking whale this man is in his own personal wallet on Huahua. You haven't been paying attention, have you, Anon? If you've missed Golden Ratio's moves, you haven't been paying attention, Anon.
The crazy thing about Wawa is people thought I was just trolling or just shilling, but I actually believed in Wawa. I still do believe in Wawa. I don't know. It's such a low drama, chill chain where you can basically do whatever you want, cause and wasm, and have fun. And it's just such a low market cap that I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the thought castle or the dog house castle thing does with it. But also, we're in a bear market now, so I don't know.
Bro,
I don't know anything anymore.
Bro, hear me out. Hear me out here. Like Raccoon, if you imagine the Monopoly board, Monopoly. Raccoon are willing to build 5-star hotels, on NIA protocol, literally where what we're looking at, like Kujira, blah blah blah. Dude, our hostel will be not hotel. Our hostel will be on Huahua. That's going to be our chill out zone. I think that Huahua might be the place where all the voice chats take place. I'm excited, mate.
I absolutely loved how I heard in the background that little ding dong for the door.
That's me.
Wherever you want it.
No, it's me headset going up. Wait, me headset's about to die. So I'm going to have to go quiet as a co-host. Rarma's asleep. I'm the only one keeping this alive. No. The thing is about Huahua, it's going to be our secondary chill out home. I think Huahua's where all of the shit talking's going to take place, and when we're on chains like Celestia, etc., we're going to be very professional. It's all, we're going to need a place to hide away. We're going to need a place to be raccoons. Huahua might be that place, actually.
I love that.
Might be
I love that. I want that with the whole passage metaverse thing. I just want a place where I can, chill out with the people, have a cigar. I don't know, drink some whiskey or something. Who knows?
Voice chats are coming, dude. So the next big thing is voice chats in the casino, so we can all jump on and spin it at the same time and shit talk each other.
It's beautiful.
Are you being serious? Are you being voice chats? Are you being serious, Robo?
No, raccoon. Like live voice chat is like coming next. That's we're going to be able to jump on the casino and talk to each other, yeah.
Bro, we're live streaming that shit. By the way, I want to let you know, I'm not live streaming today. Like it was supposed to be community game day, and we'll do that later on. This was such an interesting and good conversation. I was like, fuck this shit. And plus my kids are being little assholes. So
the raccoon's gonna have like a poker game or something.
Right. You've got to be very careful with some things. And everything to do with raccoon is all about probability and what is like possible on the blockchain within a certain defined like blockchain time. Let me just say that blackjack is not far away. Scissors, paper, stone is like we're going to be able to plug and play this like exceedingly soon. We might have to keep stuff for kudos. Poker, soy, is a different thing. Poker's that's why they're doing it on like Discord. To do poker on chain is not easy, mind. If anyone knows what I'm talking about.
That would be cool. Like, especially if you had like voice chats and you could all just sort of sit around and have like a spaces kind of thing while you're playing poker. That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna pay Mole to help me make marbles on stream as well.
And have you seen Terra Poker Tournament? Is it TPT?
I think his headset died.
Has he gone? Okay.
Did it die?
I don't know.
They're stuck. It's only us, Gains. It's only.
Hey guys, I've been so busy here cleaning the crib, man. I got a lot of family coming over tomorrow, so been listening in though. You guys are having a really great time on Spaces.
Yeah, it's been good. But like I was saying, I think if we could get to a point where there's like some nice little poker tournament game, you could sit around and have a chat in a space and talk shit about the cosmos and play a few hands. Golden Ratio can have his cigar and whiskey. It'd be nice.
Bro, that would be the shit. Especially on like even if you incorporate Passage where you have the little icon, like you can see each other, that would be the shit.
There are guys, I'm not going to listen, right? There are giga problems to what you're talking about. And this is why like Raccoon are like, wow, you'll need to be very, very careful, like exceedingly careful. The US government, as a general rule, does not like poker. This is going back like nearly almost 200 years, right? Back to the fucking riverboat days. Like it's almost like when it comes to the word poker, it's a dirty word among the American establishment. Now, if anyone knows,
with blackjack.
Wait a minute, dude. No, but it's about poker. If anyone knows anything about the online poker that all moved down to Puerto Rico in 2013, 2014, the fucking previous lawyer for FTX was like the main lawyer for like all the fucking poker gangs down in Puerto Rico. If anyone doesn't know about what happened, what's the book? You need to go and read it. It's not Liar's Poker. Shit, Liar's Poker is the prelude to The Great Short. I'm going to go and get, guys, it'll take me 2 seconds. There's a book that everyone needs to fucking read, right, when it comes to poker, and especially like anything to do with online, or the entire industry, like in 2012, 2013, 2014, moved down to Puerto Rico, started doing what they wanted, and the US government absolutely crushed every single one of them like the cockroaches they are. Some of them ended up with some bad sentences, like 20 years, federal penitentiaries. Some people turned states evidence. People like SBF's head general counsel at FTX in the crash, I forgot his name, got away. That's all I want to say. Poker is a different ball. And then you get into sports betting. So the two things you need to be like really fucking careful about: sports betting, and I like Rekt Gang's idea of like fantasy sports betting. That's great. I really approve of that. Sports betting and poker, be fucking careful. Contact the lawyers in advance, right? That's all I'm saying.
By the way, I should have contacted my lawyers in advance of you changing that title of this space, because it kind of looks like I've been shilling SIFChain, and I've not. No? Have I been rugged?
No, I think Robo got rugged, dude. You're fine.
I'm getting rugged here. Am I getting rugged, guys? Can anyone hear me? I'm getting real good.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear Soy? Robo? Soy speaking. Can you hear him?
Fuck, I can't hear anything. Guys, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll exit and come back. Give me 1 second, please.
All right. Oh, I think he actually left. I don't know if we're going to get him back.
How's that work? Like, isn't he the only co-host? Doesn't it die when he leaves?
No. As long as Rarma doesn't leave, like, as long as he doesn't leave the space, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, of course. But now, doesn't that mean that no new people can come up?
No, I think Rarma changed the settings so anybody that's following him or that he follows can join the space as a speaker. I think we're good.
Cool.
Hey, Golden, what were the chains that you did leave as a validator?
Bitcana, Cerberus, and Dig.
Okay. We got Robo back. Uh-oh.
Hey, Gaines, did you speak to Sonny and Nick White about that Celestia space?
I did not. Nope.
You need to get him on that because, like, Nick White has been like really vocally against mesh security.
What?
And Sonny's obviously massively pro it, and so they basically agreed to sort of like duke it out in a space, and like they agreed to do it in public, sort of thing. So we need to press them on that. I think it'd be a good space.
I'm sure Sonny is okay with jumping into space. He replies to DMs, but the one time I tried to get Nick, to jump on a space, he didn't reply. He didn't reply to my DM. The only person that did reply was a communications person for Celestia. And I think we're just gonna wait till like next year because it's all the holiday season and stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh man, I don't know if Robo's gonna be able to join. He said, "I'm fucked. Spin up a For the Culture space. Tell the audience." Okay, alrighty. I'm not sure why he can't join.
We relocating.
Yes, we're gonna relocate. One.
All right, cool. I'll drop down.
Robo, can you if you can hear us right now, can you start one up so I can pin it up here to the nest, Robo?
Thanks for checking out another episode of The Ether. That was about the last hour and a half or so of the RAC FM special Signal Mints Out, recorded on Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. For TerraSpaces.org, I'm Finn. Thanks for listening. And if you want to keep listening, head on over to TerraSpaces.org/donate and show some support. Waking up like a basement dweller, stepped out the door and heard racists yelling. 2020, what an ugly shit show. Staring at the fucking Rick roll from the get-go. Looking outside, the whole state's on fire. The fuck do you expect when you embrace the liars and replace the writers with AI just like us? Emaciated models killing bright birds. First in, last out, picture me rolling. The worst time to cash out, so what you holding? The Merc's gonna cash cow, country stolen. Drooling over chicken like the goose is golden. Trying to be soulful, spitting that molten lava from the bottom of the cauldron. I'm hot and gonna put it in a bottle and offer it to the god who hit the gas full throttle, blasting off in a rocket.
The many people who will see things happen to them that are in their favor. So someone's looking over me. That's a fascinating phenomenon when that happens. And when you analyze those situations, what you find is that we as humans simply have a profound inability to understand statistics and probability.
Stitching these writings, living that life like, who would have guessed you'd turn out this nice, right? Avoiding stress, that's the motherfucking secret. Print that shit on a motherfucking leaflet. I'm just an asshole hooked on the bricks. Looking at the rectangles, damn, they kinda thick. We've gone through a whole lot of kings here. Cutting off heads just to bring cheer. Getting all fired up, Tiger King line 'em up. When you'd give an arm and a leg just to try the junk. On some first time buyer's luck. Alexa, set a reminder and remind me to buy a bunch. And put your hands up if you fuck this year. And keep them in the air if you're picking up the spare. And put your mask on just to go outside. Looking at the planet about to downsize.
So climate change not make Earth uninhabitable. Climate change will make Earth a living hell. In fact, I live in New York City, where in our harbor we have the Statue of Liberty. If you melt the water ice that's on land, the ocean level will rise to reach her left elbow. That takes out all of New York City. And basically every other coastal city that we've spent thousands of years building since the dawn of civilization.
TerraSpaces.